Hey, hello everybody. Hello math leaguers. My name is Mr. Tarnowski. A lot of people call me Mr. T. I have been a math teacher at St. Margaret of York School in Loveland, Ohio for 30 years. And one of the things that happened a couple of years ago is I had a parent come to me at the end of the school year and they said, look, there's a lot of stuff out there for summer refreshing in math, right? There's tutoring and Sylvan Learning Center and places where you can go and fill in skill gaps and things like that. But the parent said, what about my kid who's a strong math student and who does really well and wants to continue to do well and to take it even to higher levels? So we came up with this idea of a summer math league, where you're working on your skills during the summer, but you're also doing it in a fun and competitive way. A couple years ago, we just tried it within our local community. Last year was our first year where we kind of spread it out and opened it up and tried to recruit people. It was really cool. Most of the kids, and as it is this year, most of the kids that are in our little league this year are from somewhere in Southwest Ohio. Our school, Sycamore, it's the E.H. Green School, Mason Intermediate, Mason Middle School. But again, just like last year, it's really cool. We've got some kids from California, some kids from the East Coast that have signed. Hopefully the word will keep getting out and will grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We even have a kid who must have found out about this or whatever. They are in India. It's cool. So just as a little side note, as we go along, you'll see like our website has like a ranking list, like a leaderboard. So since we have some kids from out of the country, right? Like if you say, I'm number one in the MathWiz League, you could actually say, I'm number one in the world, right? Because we are kind of worldwide. We're still small and we're hoping to grow. Please encourage your friends, cousins, whatever, if they're interested in math, encourage them to join. It's a lot of fun for us. Okay, so now just what's the objective of MathWiz League? Well, first of all, it's summer, okay? It is summer, you're supposed to be having fun. We really hope that we can make it fun, all right? And we'll get into how and why and so forth. We do hope that you learn, okay? Develop your skills, get better. For what reasons? Who knows? Maybe you just want to do better in your own math class at school. Maybe your team is a very competitive, maybe your school has a very competitive team in some local competitions like Math Counts or the AMC or something like that. And you just want to get better so you can do better in those competitions, okay? But we want you to learn some skills, practice skills, develop skills, all right? And one little side note about that, I'm going to get into it here. It is a competition, all right? So you are competing with other people to try to, work your way up a leaderboard. Look, let's be honest here, okay? Sure, we're sending you problems. You could easily look up the problems, find the answers anywhere, right? And then just pop them in. You wouldn't really be learning. You want to compete on a fair level. So do your best. And remember that, again, the goal is still fun, okay? What I also love about this whole concept is we're building community. We're building a community of what we like to call mathletes, right? I'm sure you've heard that term before, some of you. And in fact, I don't know how many of you guys do say competitive basketball or volleyball or something like that. What we want to be, right, is like what we want to be to mathletics is what, let's say, AAU is to basketball or what JO is to volleyball, right? There's organizations that are allowing kids to compete and to challenge themselves and push themselves against other kids in a setting where like everybody's kind of working as part of the same community. Okay, so that's my introduction to you. I got a little bit more here. Okay, I'm gonna just change my boards. This morning we're coming to you from my basement. I actually like it down here. We may come from here fairly often. I do have my helper. Hold on, I'm getting out of the screen for a second. This is Tristan, the math wonder dog. Sometimes he'll come on and do math problems for us. And he's kind of TikTok famous, so hopefully you get a chance to see Tristan in some of these videos that I make for you guys. All right, and anyway, so what are you gonna get? Those of you that are returning, please, we love you. Welcome back. That's fantastic. Those of you that are new, you're gonna get weekly problems, 15 problems. If you're familiar with math counts, they're kind of along the lines of math count style problems, where it's not just here's a skill, here's how to find an average, and then we give you 30 problems on how to find an average. Now we mix it up. You got to bring a lot of different skills into the process to solve some of these problems that we send out weekly. Okay, you're going to do the problems. You're going to type your answers right in onto the website. It'll tell you how many you got right, and you can see your name on the leaderboard. Speaking of your name, just a reminder, there is a place in your profile to choose like a cool math name or whatever kind of name you want to choose. All right, like the math goat or pie guy or whatever you want to do. You can choose to use your own name if you want. Just remember, it is a leaderboard that's out there. So if you're not doing that great, maybe you don't want to see your name, in last place or whatever, or second to last place. So you might want to choose like a cool nickname. That's entirely up to you, okay? So you're gonna get the problems once a week. You gotta submit them every week by Sunday at noon, all right? And then you get the points and you move up on our leaderboard. We added some new cool features to our website this year. So I think there's gonna be like badges and all kinds of other like bells and whistles like you'd find on like other websites. All right, weekly challenges. In addition to the problems that we send you, we just like for you to go out there and explore and find different things that are fun to do math related. So like for example, this week number 1 of session 1 of 2025, your weekly challenge is simply going to be to do something called, I'm gonna write it right here, a nerdle, okay? Now, if you know what a nerdle, many of you probably have already done this. Maybe some of you know Wordle, okay? But if you complete a nerdle this week between Monday, June 16th, 18, 19, and Friday, June 20th, okay? And you can go on to Nerdle and it'll give you the daily one. You can also, like let's say it's Friday and you want to go back and try the Monday one. There's a place where you can hit, like where you can do past nerdles, obviously again without looking up the answers, okay? And if you get it in 3 tries or less, you're gonna get 2 bonus points for you to move up on our leaderboard. And if you could do it in between 4 to 6, because you get 6 tries, you get 1 extra bonus point. And you're gonna be emailing me, and that's all gonna be in directions that we're placing on the website. So please keep track of the website and look for messages and look for things that I tell you. Every once in a while I might make a mistake, or we might have some people helping me, but last year I remember there was a problem where the wording was a little bit unclear, so some kids answered it what I think was correctly, even though it wasn't what I was looking for. So I gave a message that said, hey, send an email here if you want credit for this problem or whatever, okay? There's gonna be weekly videos like this one. There's actually gonna be a few weekly videos. This is just our introduction video, but there's going to be like a big video in the middle of the week. So Monday, June 16th, if you're watching this afterwards, then it's already happened, but Monday, June 16th is when the league starts. You'll start working on your problems. On Wednesday, I don't know exactly what time, but sometime on Wednesday the 18th, there will be a video that will be posted to the website with hints for a few of the problems. Not all of the problems, but for a few of the problems. Some tricks. Again, you could look these things up, but it's some tricks that you may not find somewhere else, okay? So look for the videos, and then at the end of the week, there will be like a wrap-up. I will give all the answers to all the problems, like afternoon on Sunday. So you can watch the video and you can say, oh, I see. I wish I would have known that then, or maybe you're like, cool, or I did it a different way, but I see how that works, okay? So there'll be like a midweek hints video, and then like a Sunday night, sometimes maybe Monday morning, wrap-up video for the prior week. On some of the videos, either the midweek hints or the Sunday wrap-up, you'll get a weekly joke. So each week you'll get at least one joke. Now look, I'm going to be honest. If you were in this league last year, you may already know some of the jokes. The jokes are... I love the jokes. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are really funny. Some of them are done by professional comedians. But there's only so many math jokes out there that are worth telling. So some of them may be repeats from last year, and you may find some new ones that you think are funny too. And in fact, I think I'm going to do a joke right now to end up this introductory video, okay? So I'm just going to use this board that's right here. Do you guys know who Rene Descartes is? He's an old mathematician. Let me see if I got a better marker here. All right, well, this is good enough. He's an old mathematician who created the Cartesian coordinate plane, right? X and Y, right? And so if you have a point that's like right there, 1 over and 2 up, it's 1 is X, right? And 2 is Y. I know you guys already know this. But it's called an ordered pair. It's in order because X first, then Y, just like in the alphabet. Okay? All right, so anyway, what did Rene Descartes do when he was hungry for fruit? He ordered pears. All right, I told you the jokes were going to be terrible. Some of them will be better as we go along. Some of them will be worse, if that's even possible. All right, guys, have a great week. Check that website. Look for messages. Look for the hints video. Look for the jokes. And we're so glad to have you in the MathWiz League this year.